Have you ever found yourself just lying on the couch at the end of a really long day, and you've got the blue light of your phone just kind of illuminating the dark room?
Oh, yeah. We've all been there.
Right. And this really specific kind of contradictory thought bubbles up. You think to yourself, I really don't want to socialize a lot. I just want to not feel lonely.
Which is such a common feeling.
Right?
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, you aren't asking for some massive party. You definitely don't want to navigate an...
Exactly. We are seeing this massive collective shift where people are realizing that, constantly performing for the world is causing extreme burnout.
Oh, absolutely. The burnout is so real.
Right. But completely cutting yourself off, that's deeply painful too. So your brain is trying to protect you from the exhaustion of social performance, but it's accidentally starving you of human connection in the process.
Okay, let's unpack this, because that contradiction is the entire focus of today's deep dive. We're getting into this concept of social medicine and the art of healing through connection.
Which is such a vital topic right now.
It really is. So our sources today are these fascinating clinical notes and psychological frameworks, and they explore why modern relationships are just so unbelievably easy to initiate, but incredibly hard to maintain.
Yeah, the maintenance is the hard part.
Right. And our mission for this deep dive is to help you, the listener, build a connection that your heart can actually handle.
Step by step.
Exactly, step by step, without draining your nervous system or, forcing you to become this relentless extrovert.
Which, honestly, should offer a huge sense of relief for you listening right now. Because in a world that just feels so chaotic and demanding, you don't need to constantly act smart or pretend to be strong.
Right, you don't need to be always on.
Exactly. The goal today is just to find a safe space, a way to interact where you don't feel more exhausted after the interaction than you did before.
So, to figure out how to build that safe connection, we first need to look at why our current methods are just failing us. Because it's kind of the great irony of our era, right?
Oh, totally. The biggest irony.
We have endless apps, disappearing stories, reaction buttons, more communication tools than ever in human history.
And yet we're lonelier than ever.
Right. The sources point out that all these tools often just result in us sort of touching past each other. We aren't really together.
Touching past each other is such a perfect way to describe it. It captures this evolutionary mismatch we're experiencing.
Like their brains haven't caught up to the tech.
Exactly. Human biology just hasn't updated. We aren't wired to maintain this superficial awareness of, hundreds of people's daily activities.
It's too much data.
Way too much. When we try to process all those digital inputs, the brain literally treats it like a task to be managed, rather than a genuine bond to be nurtured.
Yeah. Socializing today honestly feels less like a safe harbor and more like taking on a second job.
Right. You clock out of work and clock right into social media.
Exactly. You have to manage your image, reply instantly so you don't seem rude, constantly perform. The cognitive load is massive.
And the sources actually call this the loneliness paradox.
The loneliness paradox. I like that.
Yeah, because we assume that since we have all this quantity of social input, we shouldn't feel lonely. But human beings don't actually need a massive quantity of people.
What do we need then?
We crave the quality of having our feelings truly received.
Received. That's a great word. Because being seen via, on a story, that doesn't cure exhaustion.
Not at all. It's a one-way street. Being witnessed isn't the same as having someone actually hold space for your true feelings. That's what regulates your nervous system.
Okay, so since the quantity of interactions isn't the cure, we have to precisely define what kind of interaction actually works. But let me play devil's advocate for a second.
Go for it.
If you are sitting at home feeling intensely isolated, shouldn't you just force yourself to go out? Like, go to a crowded party or join a big group? Doesn't more people equal less loneliness?
It's a super common assumption, but the sources calmly dismantle this using 3 distinct levels of interaction.
Okay, what are the levels?
So they are contact, crowding, and connection. And if you don't know the difference, you're going to keep prescribing yourself the wrong medicine.
Right, okay, so let's start with contact.
So contact is superficial. It's structural. Think about, sending a work email or exchanging pleasantries with the barista.
Like, hey, how's it going? Good, you.
Exactly. It keeps society functioning, but it doesn't nourish the heart at all.
Yeah, it's necessary but empty. What about crowding?
Crowding is that phenomenon of feeling lonely in a crowd. You're surrounded by people, maybe at a loud party, but there is no space to be your true self.
Oh, I know that feeling. where you're just putting on a mask.
Right. You have to match the energy of the room.
Yeah.
And biologically, your brain is just scanning all these faces and voices for threats. It's exhausting.
Which brings us to the actual antidote, which is connection.
Yes. Connection.
And connection requires safety, right? It's that visceral feeling that you can drop the heavy baggage of your day in front of someone and they aren't going to judge you.
Exactly. You don't need a crowd for that. You just need a safe witness.
And there's this golden rule from the text that I love. You know you've experienced true connection if, when the conversation ends, your heart doesn't feel heavier.
That is the perfect metric. If you walk away and your breathing is slower, your shoulders drop, that's connection.
Compared to like getting in your car after a party and just letting out this massive sigh of relief because you can finally stop pretending.
Exactly. That was just crowding.
Okay, so knowing that connection is the goal, how do we actually achieve it if our nervous system is already totally burnt out and terrified of socializing?
Right, 'cause you can't just mandate safety.
Yeah, we can't just leap to the top. I kept thinking of it like scuba diving.
Oh, that's a great analogy.
Yeah, like you can't just drop to the bottom of the ocean instantly, right? You have to acclimatize to the pressure so your body doesn't panic.
Otherwise, you get the bends.
Exactly, you get the social bends. So the rule from the text is, never jump from zero to a massive social event.
And that's where the sources introduce this framework called the connection ladder. It's designed to gently teach the brain that other humans aren't inherently dangerous.
So what's the first step on the ladder?
Level 1 is microconnection. It's a simple, really safe touch point,
Like what?
like sending a single sentence text to a trusted friend, or even just sharing a moment of genuine eye contact with a stranger.
Just a little ping.
Right. You're just knocking on the door to say, hey, I'm still connected to the world.
Testing the waters. And once your nervous system doesn't freak out, you move up.
Yeah, to level 2, which is mesoconnection. This is being together, but in a small way, like a 15-minute tea or a short walk.
The walking part is huge in the sources. Why does walking side by side work so much better than sitting across from someone?
It's neurobiology, actually. Direct, prolonged eye contact can feel incredibly predatory or confrontational to the mammalian brain.
Oh, wow. So sitting face to face at a dinner table feels like an interrogation if you're already anxious.
Precisely. But when you walk side by side, it removes that pressure. You're looking forward together, engaging in shared attention, but you still feel their physical presence.
Tackling the path together instead of tackling each other.
Exactly. And once you master that, you can hit level 3, macro connection.
Which is like joining a small shared space, right? Like a book club or a volunteer group.
Right. And the goal here isn't to walk in and instantly find a best friend.
That's way too much pressure.
Way too much. The goal is just ambient belonging, establishing a safe, predictable environment that you can reliably return to.
Okay, but here's where it gets really interesting. Once you start climbing this connection ladder, you need a way to maintain these relationships without draining the energy you just saved.
Because if you rely on high-energy interactions, you're going to crash.
Exactly. The insight here is that consistency beats duration.
Pouring a little water on a plant daily is better than flooding it once a month.
I love that. The sources talk about this concept of leaving emotional breadcrumbs. It's just a way to let people know the bridge between you is still open, even if you can't cross it today.
And the text outlines 5 of these low-energy micro-rituals that yield massive results.
Let's go through them. What's the first one?
The first is the one-sentence text. This is for when you are at like 5% battery. You just text, heard this song and thought of you.
And notice what's missing there. There's no question mark. You aren't asking them a question, so you're removing the burden of a reply. It's just a breadcrumb. What's the second ritual?
The second is the 15-minute tea. It's a short, unhurried block of time.
So you get the bond without the dread of a 2-hour dinner.
Right, you build a safe container. The third ritual is walking together, which we talked about, looking forward to ease the weight.
Love the walk. And the fourth one is really specific, right? The one-line check-in.
Yeah, instead of just saying, how are you, which is basically just contact.
Because everyone just says, I'm fine.
Exactly. You ask something specific, like, were you tired today?
Oh, that's so good. It shows you're actually paying attention to their human experience. A small consistency that speaks louder than grand gestures.
Exactly. And the fifth ritual is just sending small items.
Yeah.
An article, a meme, whatever.
Just to say, you matter, but I have no words today.
Right. Keep the pilot light on.
Okay, so if we connect this to the bigger picture, now that we have these tools and micro-rituals, it's time to put them into action.
Right. Insight without action is just entertainment.
Exactly. So the expert notes give us this practical step-by-step experiment, the 24-48-hour protocol.
Also known as the first safe reach out. It takes less than 10 minutes.
Walk us through it.
Step 1. Pick one safe person, someone who doesn't drain you.
Oh,
Step 2. Choose a micro-level action, like sending a text that says, "Wanted to talk to a real person, so I thought of you."
Simple, honest.
Step 3 is crucial. Check your nervous system after you hit send. If you feel your chest tighten, take a deep breath. Ground yourself. You have to manually override the panic.
And what if they don't reply right away? Because my brain immediately starts making up a story.
That's step 4, the pivot. If they don't reply, stick to the fact. The fact is, they haven't replied. Stop the story that says, "They are annoyed by me."
Right, the victory isn't the reply. The victory is that you built the bridge.
Exactly. You proved you could reach out.
So what does this all mean for the rest of the week? Let's outline the 7-day social reconnect plan from the sources. It only takes 5 to 15 minutes a day.
It's totally manageable.
Day 1, just list 3 safe people. Don't even contact them, just identify them.
Remove the cognitive load.
Right, day 2, send that 1-sentence text, drop a breadcrumb.
Nice and easy.
Day 3, step it up a bit. Do a 15-minute activity like a quick call or a coffee, and enforce the boundary. Leave it 15 minutes.
The boundary creates the safety.
Day 4, change the format. If you did coffee, go for a walk today, or just send a song.
Keep it novel.
Day 5, this is a big one. Check your boundaries. Ask yourself, what is starting to make you tired? Where are you starting to mask?
You have to audit your physiology so you don't slide back into burnout.
Exactly. Day 6, show up in a small, safe community with zero pressure. Just sit in a park or the back of a library.
Ambient belonging.
And finally, day 7, review. Ask yourself, do you really need a massive crowd to feel good, or do you just need 1 to 2 genuine connections?
And the data shows it's the latter. A few regulated connections stay-clips you far better than 100 superficial ones.
Which really is the core realization of this entire deep dive. We don't heal from loneliness by surrounding ourselves with huge crowds.
Not at all.
We heal by having a connection that is just real enough. Human hearts simply aren't designed to carry the weight of the world entirely alone.
And this is actually part of a broader journey toward what the sources call an awake operating system.
Oh, I love that concept.
Yeah, taking all these tools for stability and connection and turning them into daily, weekly, and monthly routines. So the clarity you gain today doesn't just fade away next week.
It becomes your new baseline.
Exactly.
Well, I want to leave you with a final thought to mull over as you go about your week.
Let's hear it.
If we spend so much of our daily energy curating our digital lives, to ensure we are seen in the best possible light, but we ultimately still feel lonely,
Yeah.
what if the ultimate act of self-care isn't taking a break from people entirely? What if the ultimate act of self-care is finally allowing just one person to see the uncurated, exhausted version of who you really are?